Hello everyone, welcome back to Casual Warcraft. As always, I'm Lust. Kind of started to do this dungeon guide thing, mostly for our guild members and stuff, but I figure I'll share them with you guys on YouTube. This is Scarlet Halls, the first boss. He's not really very difficult. I mean, most of us by this point, I'm getting into this a little late in the game, most of us by this point kind of have it down to a little bit of a science, but the biggest thing to watch out for with this guy is he does summon in ads. The dogs do come in and they will, randomly pick DPS or healers to attack. If you are DPS or you are a healer and you're range DPS anyways or a healer, and you do get a dog on you, as you can see our mage Rian there has a dog on her. If you get that, just, run into the boss, or run into the tank at least. The tank's AoE should pick them up off you without much trouble. If not, the tank should definitely be picking them up one way or the other. Personally, I death grip them off from DPS, but everybody has their own method, I suppose. But like I said, this is a pretty straightforward fight. DPS the snot out of them. Watch out for the dogs, and just DPS racing. And towards the end of the fight, you will notice it's coming up here very, very briefly. I really hope, because otherwise I'm gonna have to restart this, and I don't want to do that. He will actually, when he gets low enough on health, I forget what the percentage is. I think it's like 5 or 10%, probably maybe even less. He goes to the center here and pretty much stops attacking. He just kind of hangs out. Continue DPSing him down, and he will call more dogs in, and the dogs will actually turn on him at that point and start attacking him. And that's pretty much the end of the fight. I mean, loot it and call it a day. So, not really a difficult fight, but definitely a couple things to watch out for. And next up, this isn't a boss fight. This is just a section of trash where it can be kind of difficult. We actually wiped on this here. These guys here, they're down in the halls where all the cannon fire and all that is. I guess one method of doing this, our tank tried to do it, and apparently some of us didn't know he was doing it, or I don't remember exactly what happened. This was about a week ago I filmed this, so. Apparently one method is actually where you just run through, grab them all, and tank them at the end. And I guess that could work if everybody knew that's what we were doing. Excuse me. Our preferred method at this point, we take them one room at a time, try to stay out of the cannon fire. It's not too horrible. Your best bet is always in the doorways with these guys, because that's your furthest out of the cannon fire. You're not going to take the splash damage from that there. Just kind of, work your way through, be careful, and, if you are, range DPS or something, make sure you don't get out in the cannon fire, and make sure you don't, aggro any additional adds. But it's, pretty much trash. Just kind of watch out for it, go easy, and do what you got to do. This boss is not the last boss, but he is, I guess, one of the more difficult bosses in here. We had a little trouble with him a few times, and I've been in a lot of pug groups where there's been a lot of trouble with him. His two big abilities that he has, Blades of Light, I believe one is called, which you will see momentarily, and the other one he just summons in ads. And pretty much other than that, it's not really a huge deal. Blades of Light can really be a pain in the ass if you're not watching out for it. What he does is he starts doing a whirlwind attack, and he'll spin around the bottom a couple times here, and then he'll randomly pick a side of that staircase behind it in the distance there to go up, and he'll go up that, and then he'll continue up all the way around the room and back down. And you really have to stay out of it, because if you get caught in it, it does a boatload of damage really quickly, and it hurts. And it is a good way to wipe a group. See, this is Blades of Light right here. This right here where I am standing, I'm the kitty right there, is probably the best place I've seen, because he starts going one way, and then he'll come back to the way he's actually going to go. If you stand right there and watch him, you'll see where he's going to go. Just come down, just once he picks a direction, come down on the opposite side. Get rid of the ads that are there, watch out for him when he comes back in, and just pick him back up again and continue DPS. It's pretty much that simple, the whole fight, really. It's not overly complicated, but it can get that way if you're not careful. But as long as you stay out of his Blades of Light, it's pretty much a straightforward tank and spank. So, next boss, this is the last boss, actually. He does the flame attack there. I forget what it's called. Dragon's Breath, I believe. You pretty much just want to stay out of it and get behind him. He has another ability where I believe he burns the books. You know, I honestly don't remember what it's called. I don't. It's just it escapes me. I'm doing this late at night, and hopefully it's gonna be all right. But basically, when he does the dragon's breath, stay out of him. Watch your interrupts. DBM will pop up your interrupts for you. It's, you know, you don't really have to be too specific about the interrupts. Just everybody try to interrupt him. I mean, it's best to have a rotation, obviously, but if you don't have one, you know, whatever. And this is Dragon's Breath right here. It's very easy to spot. Very big cinematic. Not cinematic, animation anyways. But just kind of get behind it. Usually, you know, it's very much like, I forget the other boss that does that. The guy with the water elementals there, he does that. It's the same principle, except for there's nothing to not stand in here. So, and I said interrupt when you need to interrupt and stay out of the Dragon's Breath, and should be pretty well good. It's not a very difficult fight, yet again, but it can be. It can get very tricky. If a healer doesn't get out of the Dragon's Breath, or, you know, DPS isn't up on the interrupts, it can turn into quite the mess rather quickly, actually. So, yeah, anyways, that's it. That's my first dungeon guide for you guys. Hopefully these will get better as I go, because, yeah, I don't know how happy I am with this one, but we'll see. I'm going to be doing more of these. I will cover most of the heroics, and I'll probably even film some of these in LFR and see what I can do with that. But anyways, guys, like I said, hopefully you'll like it. And that's pretty much all I really got for you here. I just wanted to throw this up. Like I said, this is mostly for our guild. And, you know, if you guys enjoy it, whatever, please let me know. Not whatever, I guess that's kind of rude. But, and as always, you know, comment, subscribe, rate, thumbs up, and all that jazz. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, and everything else. And, yeah, we'll see you guys in game.